on long enough, you can love me. I'll be just yours.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a fall inspired makeup tutorial. You guys have been asking me to do fall looks. I can't believe we're in fall. So this video is in collaboration with Deck of Scarlet. Deck of Scarlet is a makeup subscription where every 2 months you get a new makeup palette, and each palette is in collaboration with a top YouTuber. I've talked about Deck of Scarlet before. I've used them on my channel. This season's palette comes with 3 eyeshadows, a blush, a highlight, 2 lip colors, and a double-ended lip liner / lip chubby. You also get to play with your palette along with your favorite YouTubers to learn how to recreate their looks. This palette is edition number 4, and the artist-in-chief is Melly Sanchez, aka Fashion Freak. So I do have a link in the description bar for 10% off. I'll continue to talk about them throughout this video, but let's go ahead and get started to the tutorial. So first, I'm just blending out my brow bone kind of concealer that I had on, and I'm gonna be using this eye primer from Marc Jacobs. This is also kind of like a testing new makeup, trying out new makeup kind of video, because this is the first time I'm using this edition palette, but I have used another one in the past, which you guys actually really love that tutorial. It was a teal and orange look. I feel like these palettes really get me out of my element. They really just inspire me to use different colors, you know, just as opposed to the colors you already always use. So first I'm just using a transition color. You can use the shade Adorable, which is the blush in the palette, but I'm just using like a brown color, but I am gonna end up using Adorable right on top. But I'm just using just light strokes, and I'm just making sure that I have a good transition. So here's what the box looks like, and you get this really cool sleeve. Each palette has a different design in the front, which I really like. Again, this is edition number 4, and this is the palette. You get really pretty colors. I mean, this one's perfect for fall, and I love the names. Melly Sanchez, aka Fashion Freak, is Dominican, and she's a Sagittarius. Sorry, I got excited. You guys know I love talking about zodiacs. So I've actually met her before. She's really sweet. So I'm just using the first shade, which again is called Adorable. So I'm using that kind of like as my crease color, and I'm jumping into the color New York. So Melly is actually from New York, which, you know, I gotta represent my New Yorkers, my New York Latinas. So I'm just packing that on. It's a really pretty olive kind of color, and it has some like reflex, some silver kind of glittery reflex. It's really, really pretty all over the lid. And then I'm gonna go in with Sagittarius, because she's a Sagittarius, and I'm just going to put that into my crease. And I'm using this Marc Jacobs like crease brush. The first time I used it, it was nice. I liked it, but yeah, I don't know what else to say. I liked it. So I'm just putting that into the crease, and then I'm just going to take that first brush that we use and just keep on blending and blending. This look is very like grungy, vampire. I don't know, you guys were calling me a vampire on Snapchat, but this is like a grungy fall look. Instead of using like a bold lip, I'm doing a bold eye. In the palette, you do get 2 lip colors, but I'm going to use the chubby lipstick that comes in it, because you guys know I like me a brownie nude lip. Now I'm going to do my wing liner, and this was the first time I was using this Lancome Monsieur Big liner, and it was just a little too big. I know in my last trying on new makeup first impressions kind of video, I was like, yeah, I don't really like those big felt tip markers. Well, this is why. I ended up having to clean up a lot of my liner, and I went a little bit too long and too bold, but it ended up working for the look. But yeah, it's just a little too big for my personal taste. So here you see I'm just cleaning that up, and I'm using an eye cream. I always use MAC, what is it? It's a Fast Response eye cream and an angled brush to just clean up that wing. So I'm just retouching up the shadows, because sometimes when I do liner and stuff, it just kind of, I just like to kind of reinforce that shadow, make sure it doesn't go anywhere, make sure it's defined but still blended. I don't want my shadows looking muddy, but I also don't want them not blended. So we're going back in with both shades, the Sagittarius and the New York. I also mixed in a little bit of Diamond Dust in with New York to give it like a little bit of a silvery gunmetal look. But you don't have to do that. I just wanted something a little bit different for this look. I didn't want it just green. I wanted a little bit of like a silver twist to it. So now I'm going to use Bobbi Brown mascara, and I'm just coating my lashes before applying falsies. We're going pretty bold with the falsies today, so brace yourself. So I'm just using a Makeup Geek. This is just a black liner, and I'm just going over my liquid liner with the NYC Liquid Liner, because I don't know, I just wanted it to dry a little bit more matte and not as shiny, and I wanted to deepen it. Also, when you apply shadow after your liner, you kind of get it on the liner, so it's really important to just kind of reinforce that. I'm using the highlight from the palette, which is called Pinot Grigio, and I love that name, and I'm putting it in my inner corners as well as my brow bone. And this is a really pretty highlight. You can also use this eyeshadow, of course. For lashes, I'm using these New Balsam Russian Black lashes. I also have a coupon code for these. I believe it's just Rosita or Beauty by Rosita. I will have it down in the description bar. It's usually always Rosita or Beauty by Rosita. I always ask brands to make it easy for all of us. So these are amazing. They're so bold, like very bold. So for moisturizer, I'm using this Too Cool for School. Look at my reaction. Too Cool for School All-in-One Egg Mellow Cream. It's very sticky, but it's also very hydrating and bouncy, I guess is the best word, but it kind of threw me off with that texture. On one side of my face, I'm using Bare Minerals Combo Control, and on the other, I'm using ByTerry Hyaluronic Hydra Primer because I'm just testing these primers out. So the ByTerry one for me is actually not good for dry skin because it actually pulls the moisture from the air, which New York doesn't really have right now. So yeah, I'm not really feeling the ByTerry. I just applied some Urban Decay Urban Defense all over just to smooth out. And for foundation, I'm using the Frankie Rose Matte Perfection Foundation in neutral. So at first I was like, is my skin a little too dry for this matte foundation? But it ended up looking gorgeous. So this is the first time I actually used this, and I'm using just a beauty blender, and the finish was gorgeous. But at first, like looking at my skin, I was like, ooh, it's a little bit like dry, but it ended up looking gorgeous. Like once it's set, I guess you can say. And then for concealer, I'm trying this new one. This is Sephora Make No Mistake High Coverage Concealer in the shade Ginger, and this was really thick. If you like a thick concealer, you would love that, but I personally don't. So I'm doing the Kat Von D Shade Light Cream Contour. I had to try this out as well. So I'm using the contour brush that you're supposed to use with this palette, and I just don't like the brush. Like the blended result was nice, but it just took a lot of effort, and I'm not really sure how I feel about this cream contour palette. If you guys have it, let me know what you think. Do you like how it looks on me? I don't know. I like warmer colors for my contour, which I know is bad, but I just like how they look. So I don't know. I'm still undecided about this palette. I do like the yellow shade that you get for highlighting. The cream contours were nice. I just wish they were a little bit warmer because warmer colors just, see, like it just was too much. I don't know. I think warmer colors look better on my skin tone. See, I was like having a hard time blending with that brush for sure. So I moved over to my beauty blender, and then that's when it started blending out way better. I did get a really nice like contour with it because I'm not used to using gray colors. So I did like how my cheekbones looked, but I don't know if it's worth the money. Can you tell I'm undecided? So this is the yellow shade from the Kat Von D contour palette. So I just put it on top of the concealer. That's Sephora concealer. The first time I tried filming this, oh my gosh, I put way too much and it was a hot mess. Like hot mess is not even the word. It was bad. So I had to actually like take it all off and not film that day. So this is the ByTerry Hyaluronic Powder. Again, not feeling this. Not worth the money. Super expensive. Totally not worth the money at all because it's not good for baking. And I'm like, well, it's a translucent powder. I should use it for baking, but it's not for that. So on this side of my face, I'm using the Sephora Matte Powder in Warm Beige. Because again, I'm just trying products out in this video, seeing what I like. Then on the other side, I'm using the Urban Decay Illuminizer, which I did really like. I know a lot of people said it's very glittery, but on me, it really wasn't. You guys, it was leaving such a white cast on my face, and I'm pretty pale right now. It was bad. I don't know. It's not for baking. This powder is definitely just for setting the face, but I had flashbacks, so it's a no. No, I can't. It's so expensive. ByTerry, I'm sorry. I don't like that. I don't like the powder or the primer. The foundation I do like, but I was like, no. So I have to just bronze up because I look so ghostly. And this is the Becca Sunlit Bronzer in Capri Coast. I should have known better not to bake with that powder, but it's like for that price, if I'm going to spend money on a powder, a translucent powder, I need it to be good for everything, like Laura Mercier translucent. Like you can use that for your face, you can use it anywhere you want, no flashback. So yeah. Now I'm going to just contour my nose a little bit. I'm using Sephora bronzer in Los Cabos. And I'm using a Sephora brush. And I'm just trying to pinch it just to create a contour. Yeah, I don't know about this either. I don't know. I was undecided about all of that. I'm using the blush from the palette Adorable on my cheeks, which is a really pretty like mauve-y, dusty, bronzy color. And then I also use the Pinot Grigio on my nose for a highlight, just because I always do that. And again, on my brow bone. And it was so pretty. and a little bit more on the inner corners because y'all know I like to layer. Now I'm taking Sagittarius and I'm putting it underneath my eyes. I love burgundy on brown eyes. It just makes them so warm and it's just so sultry. I love it. So I'm just applying that also back into my crease. I'm spraying myself with some Fix Plus, letting that dry a little bit. And then I'm going to take my beauty blender and just kind of press everything in to make it one. Like I said, by this time the foundation looked really good. This is the Makeup Forever. It's in like an artist cheek color and I used it as a highlight. And it's really, really pretty. I wanted something a little bit more blinding, so I really liked it. It did emphasize a little bit of texture because it does have some glitter in it, but I really like the effect. It really made my cheekbones pop. So I'm just applying that on my nose just to reinforce everything as well as in my inner corners. This is more of like a goldy champagne shade. I'll have it in the description bar, but they have a bunch of colors and they have just blushes, everything, bronzers. So now I'm just putting on some brow wiz. This is from Anastasia, of course, and this one is in chocolate. I'm trying chocolate out. It's a little bit more red tone, obviously, but it's pretty. It's good for like a soft brow. You guys liked my brows on Snapchat when I was showing this look, so I guess you guys like it. Yeah, it's just something a little bit less harsh than what I usually do. Some Origins mascara on my top lashes, and then L'Oreal Lash Paradise on my bottoms. Make them nice and long. This mascara is life. And then for lips, I'm going to use the Chubby Lip Pencil that comes with the palette. This one is in Playa and Tease. So the lip liner is called Tease, and then this lip color that you're seeing right now is called Playa. So it's nice and dark and vampy. And then I used the lip liner, but I wanted something a little bit more matte. So a little trick to do is either set it with translucent powder, or you can just use like a matte lipstick on top, which is what I'm gonna do. So I finished lining them, and then I'm gonna take Anastasia Honey, and I'm just using a lip brush, and I'm just applying that on top to just mattify it a little bit and to lighten it just a tad bit. But the combination together was so pretty because it just doesn't look too harsh. It was like the perfect mauve color, and I know you guys love these colors on me. I'm setting my brows with some Tarte Brow Gel. Like, this is like a neutral dark lip for me. It's not too dark, it's still wearable. And then some Makeup Forever Mist and Fix. Set that all up, and then just mattifying just a little bit more on my face. I'm using the Sephora Baked Powder, and I just like my T-zone not to be too wet, and if I put on too much spray, it just gets wet. So that's the entire look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think of this look, what you think of this palette. I think it's so gorgeous. I love the grungy fall vibes. I'm feeling it. I was feeling myself this day. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Mwah. I love you so much.